Yo, what is going on today, YouTube? Hope you guys are doing fantastic. Saturday, I ran a tournament. Mike's team ended up winning. But after Mike won, he also tweeted something out that now I get to talk about as a video. Mike said, building as much damage as you possibly can without inting this is the support meta. Everyone should be doing it. It doesn't matter how good you are because your opponents are probably also bad. Hop on the train, fellas. He tweeted this after he won. It would have been a lot more if he tweeted it before. But all of the tournament, Mike was building 95% full damage. In the first game, played Yemoja, went Lifebinder, Chronos Pendant, Deso, Totem. Reaver was going to be his next item. I don't think he finished the Reaver. Maybe he did. He does finish the Reaver, and then he's going into another damage item, probably Rod. Next game, again, runs it back, gets the Yemoja, goes Lifebinder. This game, he opts into going the Talisman because just a good amount of CC. If you kind of get caught by a stun into a Kate ult, you're just dead. So he did opt for a little bit of magical damage, also with how much magical damage that they had and how far behind the Rama was. Really, the only person that could kill him was the Thanatos. And I mean, 1-1-11 or 1-1-10 at 16 minutes. He kind of got away with it. 23 minutes into the game, still only 2 deaths. And this is one of the few games where he actually built like a solid amount of defense. He went for Talisman, he got Gargoyles, he got Spectral, but he still got Lifebinder, Chronos Pendant, and he was going into another damage item. The Ymir game, he also goes for an Avenging Blade into a couple defense items. But most games, if he could get away with it, he was going nearly full damage. This Hurt game, he has Titan's Bane, he has Boomerang. He is trying to do as much damage as he possibly can. And he's genuinely following through with what he's saying. He is not saying build full damage. He's saying build as much damage as you can without inting away the game. And I kind of want to show at least the Yemoja build why it is so good. Lifebinder is such a strong item for survivability and for damage that you have a lot of survivability just this first item. I said, I think last week's video or 2 weeks ago's video, Lifebinder is a hard carry support item. Mike doubled down on that and saying, it's not just Lifebinder, just damage is allowing you to hard carry. He loves the Deso, and I think the Deso is very good after the buffs. The Chronos Pendant's very cheap now. It's also got solid intelligence. Reaver, even after its nerf, is still very valuable. And then the Totem of Death, another cooldown item, allows you for more spamming. And I think he was going into Rod last. But this is essentially his build, which is, I mean, 3,300 health, which is a lot. 100 protections of each, which, I mean, that's not very good. But when you're building and playing against characters that are building 50% pen anyway, they're ignoring most of that protections anyway. So why not just build full damage? And the threat of damage in a build like this is insane. Even on a level 20 Ymir, let's say. We'll also go to a level 14 Cuckoo and level 20 Cuckoo. But the damage is just insane. And when you get kills with Yemoja, it's very easy to snowball fights because she just gets more procs of her 1. And I know her 1's bugged in jungle practice, but you can look up here to see how much Omi you have. Or sorry, her mana is bugged in jungle practice, but you can see your Omi regen up there. It is crazy how much you're actually able to carry, and it extends beyond even Yemoja. With Ymir, it was almost the same thing. He went for the War Flag, and then he went into Avenging Blade, which catching somebody out in the jungle with the Avenging Blade, with just these 2 items, you're winning 1v1s. You're winning 1v1s easily. Even if you're fighting somebody who's a level up on you, you just do so much more damage than they do, and you also have the ton of health. Strength is also very effective with Ymir because you get a ton of damage with your auto attacks from his passive. 175% strength damage on your autos, 60 strength. An auto without Ymir passive, 86. With Ymir passive, you're autoing for 151. It is not taking much damage to kill somebody with 151 damage. And this is without, you know, even walking in the jungle and actually making use of the Avenging Blade passive where you're actually shredding their protections. But I mean, seeing Mike do it and seeing him do it against other very good teams, playing against Jake and Panatom, Panda Cat, and he's still able to get away with a lot of this. I think he's proving that this is the way to play support in Smite right now. You have to be building damage. You have to have that confidence to not int away the game, but also still building as much damage as you can so that you're actually a threat. And obviously on a character like Ymir, you're not very safe. So he can't really go too much, you know, damage on a character like Ymir. So he goes just to the Avenging Blade and then a bunch of survivability. But at least with Hercules, you've got a little bit more survivability. So he ups for 2 strength items, 2 damage items. And there was a few fights where he's doing a lot of damage, and especially with the strength of getting 3 K-pots. He's at 200 strength. He's got Pen from Titan's Bane. All I would recommend is just make sure you're getting penetration in your items most of the time. Mike will go a lot of pen. Usually it's Totem, but he's got also Deso, sometimes Rod. he has to make sure that he's got a little bit of pen. So if the game does go later, he can at least shred the frontliners. But I think this is a masterclass at playing support, evolving with the meta. Currently, tanks are not all that strong. So instead of just playing the tanks and just kind of dealing with it, you kind of create your own meta. And that's what Mike's done. And he plays it even without like Yemoja. He'll play with Agni. I mean, if you've been watching his stream, he loves playing Lifebinder, Deso, Chronos Pendant on Agni with Reaver, Totem of Death. It's incredible what he's able to do. A little bit of glaze in this video, but mostly just talking about how strong this is, and you should be trying it in your ranked games and trying to carry games with it because this is the meta. But that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys have understood. I'll see you guys again next time. Peace.